Hi, everyone. I wanted to share a message about the seasons and the holidays and how it pertains to the healing journey in order to help us move through the Seder night, I hope with more breath and more confidence and joy. We're in the season of spring, of wood, of Nisan. It's an expansive energy. It's a chesed movement of outward, up and outward, like the plant life in nature. It represents the aspect of the chametz and matzah related to the liver, self-esteem, and ego, and so much more. This element is nurtured by what came before it, which was the winter time, the holiday of Hanukkah, and before that, the element of metal or air, which was fall and Elul and Tishrei. And you can see on the chart that it's this element that keeps in check and balance the aspect that we're moving through now of freedom and emancipation. A lot of disease, not all of it, but a lot of symptoms develop, according to Chinese medicine, from this aspect of the liver representing emotions and the drive for growth. And when this aspect of a person gets shut down or constricted, over-controlled, it leads to pain and to symptoms. And there's a myriad of books written about this. However, if this is held in balance with adequate water and an adequate amount of guidance, but not constriction, from here, life flows and growth happens and flourishes, and we have access to the heart. So how can one, on a physical level, it's an aspect about breathing and healthy pace that allows for a regulated emotional state. And on a mental and spiritual level, it's knowing one's worth, self-worth, that helps to guide the ego and movement forward and an expression of self. So a woman recently shared with me that she wasn't able to do real healing until I explained to her something about self-worth, because she was very stuck in self-blame. And what I shared with her is what I shared, something that I learned from the Lubavitcher Rebbe, who I came to trust, and to trust this teaching. And I want to share it with you. And it's awesome because it actually comes from a mimer that was written about Ani Ladodi Vidodi Li, the time of Elul, which is what I'm speaking about here. And it says in this mimer, right in the middle of it, I know I'm taking something from right in the middle of something, but I think it's 6 lines that every person needs to hear. The pleasure God takes in the Jewish people themselves, which is loftier than the pleasure that results from the Jews' observance of the Torah and its mitzvos, and even loftier than the pleasure that results from the divine service of Teshuvah. It's talking about the love and the pleasure Hashem takes in each of every one of us before we do anything at all. There's inherent love in our existence and in our essence. And it's from that knowledge that a person, I think, can breathe. Right? And then even think about doing things in life and working on oneself and taking a really honest look, to even feel worthy of redemption, feel worthy of gifts. And so it's a message I wanted to share with all of you, in case you hadn't heard this before, that it's written here in black and white, that you are worthy as you are for who you are. The Torah and the mitzvos, I've learned, are like incredible bonus and treasures that we get to have. But before that, it's love and acceptance and worthiness. And we can take that with us into the holiday. And it's after Pesach that we will have the month of Iyar and the Omer, and we're going to move through days and weeks of counting and working on our midos, on our energetics, where we can hopefully unblock layers that keep us from knowing this truth that's written here, to actualize it within ourselves and to live from that beautiful space of worth. Wishing all a good Yom Tov, Chag Kasher V'Sameach, all the best.